Hey guys! Here are some more history facts that will blow your mind. All information in this video is collected from Parade.com and Fact Republic. So, let's start. 1. One man survived both the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and then later Nagasaki. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was a 29-year-old naval engineer on a 3-month business trip to Hiroshima. He survived the atomic bomb on August 6, 1945, despite being less than 2 miles away from Ground Zero. On August 7, he boarded a train back to his hometown of Nagasaki. On August 9, while being with colleagues at an office building, another boom split the sound barrier. A flash of white light filled the sky. Yamaguchi emerged from the wreckage with only minor injuries on top of his current injuries. He had survived 2 nuclear blasts in 2 days. I don't know whether to call him lucky or unlucky. 2. Albert Einstein turned down the presidency of Israel. Einstein wasn't a citizen of Israel. However, he was Jewish. The German-born physicist was offered the post but turned it down in 1952, saying, "I am deeply moved by the offer from our state of Israel, and at once saddened and ashamed that I cannot accept it. All my life I have dealt with objective matters. Hence I lack both the natural aptitude and the experience to deal properly with people and to exercise official functions." 3. Thomas Edison didn't invent most of the stuff he patented. It's fair to say that Edison was one of the world's most notorious intellectual property thieves. Of the 1,093 things he put a patent on, he stole most of them from geniuses like Nikola Tesla, Wilhelm Röntgen, and Joseph Swan, who originally invented the light bulb. 4. Genghis Khan was tolerant of all religions. One was his interest in learning philosophical and moral lessons from other religions. Despite being a Tengrist, he often consulted with Buddhist monks, Muslims, Christian missionaries, and Taoist monks. 5. In ancient Greece, wearing skirts was manly. In fact, Greeks viewed trousers as effeminate and would mock any men who wore them. 6. Turkeys were once worshipped as gods. The Mayan people believed turkeys were the vessels of the gods and honored them with worship. But now we eat them. 7. Fox tossing was once a popular sport. Popular with Europe's elite during the 17th and 18th centuries, fox tossing would involve a person throwing a fox as far and as high as they could. 8. The Colosseum was originally clad entirely in marble. When you visit or see the Colosseum these days, you'll notice how the stone exterior appears to be covered in pockmarks all across its surface. The reason for the pockmarks is, after the fall of Rome, the city was looted and pillaged by the Goths. They took all of the marble from the Colosseum and stripped it down to its bare stone setting. I'm imagining hundreds of girls wearing black raiding the Colosseum while rock music plays in the background. Here, Goth means a member of a Germanic people that invaded the Roman Empire from the east between the 3rd and 5th centuries. 9. 4% of the Normandy beaches are made up of shrapnel from the D-Day landings. More than 5,000 tons of bombs were dropped by the Allies on the Axis powers as part of the prelude to the Normandy landings. Scientists who have studied the sand on the beaches of Normandy and they found microscopic bits of smoothed-down shrapnel from the landings. 10. A Japanese fighter pilot once dropped wreaths over the ocean to commemorate the dead from both sides during World War II. During a sea battle in the Pacific Ocean in December 1940, 2 Royal Navy ships, the HMS Prince of Wales and the HMS Repulse, were sunk by Japanese fighters. The following day, Japanese Flight Lieutenant Haruki Iki flew to the location of the battle and dropped 2 wreaths over the seas. 11. An ancient text called the Voynich manuscript still baffles scientists. Handwritten in an unknown language, the Voynich manuscript has been carbon dated to roughly 1404 to 1438. Hundreds of cryptographers and master codebreakers have tried to decipher it over the years, with none succeeding in grasping its meaning or origin. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe my channel and turn on the bell notification to never miss my videos. So, let's continue the video. 12. The Eastern Roman Empire's weapon, called Greek fire, was used in ship-mounted flamethrowers. This weapon was so unique and deadly due to the fact that throwing water onto it would only feed the fire. It was mostly used in naval warfare, as the large flamethrowers needed for its projectile use could be better accommodated by ships rather than infantry. 13. During World War I, the French built a fake Paris. Complete with a duplicate Champs-Élysées and Gare du Nord, this fake Paris was built by the French towards the end of World War I. It was built as a means of throwing off German bomber and fighter pilots flying over French skies. 14. Since 1945, all British tanks are equipped with tea-making facilities. Having 30 tanks destroyed by the Germans while English soldiers were taking a 15-minute tea break, British High Command realized if tank crews could make a brew on the go, then they wouldn't be susceptible to being caught with their pants down and their kettles out by the enemy. 15. Cleopatra's reign was closer to the moon landings than the Great Pyramid being built. The Egyptian royal reigned from 51 BC to 30 BC, roughly 2,500 years after the Great Pyramid of Giza was built and roughly 2,000 years before the first lunar landings in 1969. 16. The Vikings were the first people to discover America. Half a millennium before Christopher Columbus, Viking chief Leif Erikson of Greenland landed on the island of Newfoundland in the year 1000 AD. The Vikings under Leif Erikson settled Newfoundland as well as discovering and settling Labrador further north in Canada. 18. Only 6 people died in the Great Fire of London. The Great Fire of 1666 apparently traced its way to a baker's oven and caused massive damage across the city of London. However, despite destroying over 13,500 houses and displacing 80,000 people, it only claimed the lives of 6 unlucky Londoners. 19. Count Dracula was inspired by a real person. The titular count was based on none other than history's own Vlad the Impaler. As the monarch of Wallachia, a Romanian region of Transylvania, Vlad soon made a fearsome reputation for himself by killing and impaling the still-twitching bodies of his enemies on long sticks which he planted outside his castle. 20. The World War II Army of the U.S. is the biggest army in history. Due in part to the surge of American patriotism and because of conscription, the U.S. Army numbered 12 million soldiers by the end of the war in 1945. 21. In ancient Mesopotamia, people regularly poured libations, liquids and grain, into the graves of their deceased relatives through a pipe, as it was believed that the dead did not have anything to eat or drink in the underworld besides dry dust. 22. Göbekli Tepe is a 12,000-year-old temple that predates humanity's oldest known civilizations by 7,000 years and is full of strange animal carvings and towering stone pillars. Its purpose is still unknown to scholars.